The following video is for educational purposes. Hi again, tech fans. How everybody doing? Well, it's funny. Last night, I saw a video on here, and somebody, not on my channel, but different channel, and he was showing off the Verizon LV65. Okay, it looked very unusual. It's a router, right? It's a 10 gigabyte max ports. But what he failed to tell us all, because he was getting high speeds, and I said, wow, he was getting like 920 down, and like over. Well, he was getting the speeds that you would see for Fios. Yeah, because what he was using was a Fios router, but he was using it to tap into the cell towers, because he had a cellular booster that would go, and antenna would go on top. That package is very expensive, because he failed to tell how much it was. It's $399. That's $400. It's a lot of money to invest in that. I don't know how to do it. So I went looking on it, and I left my my computer wouldn't connect to the information, and voila, I had a chat with a girl, and it came up from Verizon, but she couldn't help me because it was out of her tier. So she connected with somebody that could help me. So the gentleman said, you need, well, actually it was another woman, but she can handle that account. She said, you need fiber. It's fiber. So you need to have a fiber account to have that. So my advice to everybody, if you're going to talk about these things, you got to say the whole thing. You can't say, hey, you can get this router from Verizon, which has been out since 2022, and that's more for the house. But though you could run it inside your vehicle by getting certain inverters to convert the 12-volt battery to AC current, and then you run it in your vehicle, and then you can put like the boost antenna and strap it down onto your rack mounts on the top of your car or your SUV, whatever you got, and run it that way. But then you have another video where you have a cellular all-in-one modem router. Those are expensive. The best one is $699. Yeah, $600. That's $700. We don't know how much the shipping is because I really didn't look into that. This is all I was looking at. Oh, I'm having some peanuts. I'm hungry. So, like I said, this is eating. If you're eating in a video, it's called MUKBANG. That's Korean. That means an eating video for ASMR. Because the sounds you're crunching. Okay, anyway, I don't want to get into that. But what I'm saying is this. We all want to save money on your internet. See, I have my own modem, and I have my own router, my own switch, my own access points, and that's it. With the ISP, you get $10 off your bill because you have your own modem. You get another $10 if you link your auto pay directly to your bank your checking. Bypass your credit card. Of course, credit card, you'll get money back every month, you see? So you gotta weigh it in. Which is better? Getting that money back every month? Which is, well, it would save, because the credit card company will give you what, 5% on? Why don't you consider that a purchase? Paying a bill? No, I think that's on purchases. I don't think that's online. I don't know, that's kind of something to look into to find out about that. Because then you can just switch over there and you just knock off 5 and you get 5% on every month it gets come off. So that's money. And you add it up per year. Remember, when they say monthly rate, multiply it by 12. Come on, that's the true amount of money. But I mean, you really got to do what you got to do. This is something that you have to think about. We want to save money. You want upload speeds. So right now, T-Mobile, it's funny. It says 300 down, right? With the 5G, 300 down and 20 up. But on another site, it really says 182 on their site for them down. Average. Well, if you're not playing video games and you're not watching 4K movies off your 4K TV on your online for your 4K. Because only YouTube, Amazon with 4K is, but the others, like maybe Netflix, sometimes there's 4K on, what I have, Peacock channel, yeah. I get that free with the ISP because they pretty much own it. Their name is on Universal. When Universal video come out, I'll say Comcast. But what I'm saying is this. I want to watch 4K. I watch internet. I don't really watch much over the air. I have OT. I built my own antenna system outside. I get clear pictures. When the tech from the business part of Comcast came in here, he was shocked. See, look what I'm getting with my antenna. I showed my system. He said, "Wow, you built this yourself?" Yeah. That's what the existing. I used to have cable TV. I took the existing cables out of their box and put it in my own box. And they just finished upgrading the whole system too. Maybe 2 or 3 when they did it a year ago. But it was, I'm paying too much. I was paying $2,000. I know it's a lot of money. Yeah, they can be expensive. You have to know the game, and you got to get your game on. You need to know what's going on with your accounts with them. Don't forget about it. They're not gonna give you no deal. Banks too. If the banks can give you lower money and charge you no fees or NFCs or anything like that, they're not gonna tell you. Same thing with your car insurance. They don't. You gotta keep after them. When that thing renews, you better get on the phone and make sure you're getting the same kind of deal. If you're only driving less than 4 miles with your insurance, do you know you get a huge savings? Yeah. Yeah, you should look into that. Same thing with this. If any changes on the bill, you got to find out. They tell you. The discounts they give you, they're not for permanent. Because if you're a 2-year with them, and if you just sign up for 2-year, say this month, you have 30 days to change your mind. You can tell them, hey, I'm going to switch. For fiber, I wouldn't do it. Too much problem with that. And very costly. You got a good job, making $100,000 a year, hey, don't worry about it. If you're struggling, I like it when the rates were cheap. Back in the day, it was $25 for everything, and there was no caps. That's the only one problem with these companies is caps. But Xfinity, with their XFi complete system, so there's no rental fee, and there's no charging for the unlimited. Because I was going to do that. It told me it would be $100. So I said to the guy, when I get $10 off if I do auto pay from my checking account, shouldn't I be $90? He said, well, there's tax. Why is there tax on that? Because again, see, you're getting their equipment, so they're charging you tax for it, but you're not renting the equipment because it's already included in the price. It come up to $5.58 for me per month, so that's $60 for that, extra for that. But I'm paying $60 for the 1 gig, and I get $10 off having this, right? So it wouldn't be $70. You see what I mean? So basically it's $70, but I get $10 off because I have this. I'm on modem. Okay. Then I get another 10 off. So I especially $240 get off on the bill. So it brings it down to, if I didn't have the unlimited, $30, which it did raise it to $33. See how slick they are? You can't say 90. You gotta say 93. But they didn't raise it on the complete. It's just $25. So with the complete, it's just, for me, it'd be $10 more. That's all it would be. It wouldn't be extra $3, you see? It's so slick though. And it kind of force you into that FI complete because you would get you get your full speeds. Now, they just they just increased the uploads to 100 instead of 20, which is 25, basically. That's the most I can get, is 25. Because I ran a test on my Wi-Fi, right? On my Comcast book. Do you know the Comcast beat the Intels and Windows 11 Pro and Windows 11 Home? So I'm talking about the speeds. I use the fast.com because it doesn't have all that kind of legacy. Like speed test has a lot of legacy, and that's it shows too much information. With the fast, you need to change it's 1 minimum and the max connections. To change it from the 8 to 10, because that's the real speed. So change that. You should change. I think you can change the minimum to 5. Then you will show more speed. Otherwise, it's just showing the base speed. That's fast.com. I'm not recommending them. I'm just letting you know what's out there. That's run by Netflix. I'm just eating peanuts, like I said. But peanuts has protein. If you feel hungry and you're on the road, you can get cashew or peanuts. That's the best. Okay. You don't have to go, and make sure you get unsalted and without crap like this peanuts here. This comes from Walmart. I'm not promoting it, but I'm just telling you. If you guys want to snack on something, see, ingredients, peanuts. Some of them have. If you get the other one, but it looks like it's kind of salty. It has monoxidant, dextrin, and all that stuff. So that's a lot of chemicals. You don't want that in your body. Trust me. And that will make you want to eat more. It makes you eat more because it tricks your brain. It's like, hey, you didn't eat anything. You gotta be careful. But I'm just letting you know. So back to our little story here with how these systems work. So I was gonna go to T-Mobile and I was gonna pick up the box, but they cap you. You're capped. That's what everybody fails to say. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you. If I find out anything, I'm gonna let you know. I'm not being sponsored by anybody, and this is me. I do ask you for donations can help with the channel. Of course, electricity and everything expensive, and I want to tell you. Guess what I did? I ordered a new clone smartwatch. It's on its way. And it's brand new, too. It has an OLED display. It's 49 millimeter. So it looks like it's a Series 8. It looks like one of those things. It has the Realtek CPU. It's NPU. It's it would be it's an MPU because we'd be a mobile. Well, it would be mobile. I don't know. It's just called let's call it NPU processor. Okay, and it's the latest one. It's brand new. Even on AliExpress, they just have it. It's more. Now it's funny. I was looking. I went to my account, and I noticed the watch I had put in. It was cool looking, but it was a little bit more money. They actually dropped the price. It sold out. I said, ooh! I came from a beauty supply store. But anyway, it didn't matter. But I got the latest one. I got an OLED instead of having it the regular. So a lot of those are TFTs, and TFTs have been around since just before we went from CG. It was C. It was VG. Then it went CG, VG. Then we went to TFT. Okay, and then we went an active matrix. That's the panel quality. Okay. Then we went from 720. Then we went from 720 720p. Then we went to 1080p, and then we went to 4K. I guess there's some 8K. I don't have no 4K computer monitor. I don't have no system that can support such a thing. But yet my AMD computer says I can support 4K, but it doesn't have enough. There's a bottleneck in there. It doesn't have enough. The way the motherboard is, it's restricted, I guess. It doesn't matter really, but it can go up to it. So I hooked it up to my 4K TV, and it did work. But it was like this. Even though it's a quad core and a GPU core, 6 cores on that, but like that. Get this. I don't want to change the subject, but this has to do with electronics, because this is technology, electronics, and studio equipment. The Toshiba in the kitchen can play YouTube videos higher than the 4K. I mean, it's supposed to be 4K. 4K is like 3,000 something. but it can go higher than that. I'm not kidding. It actually works. And that's supposed to be a combination TV, computer monitor, and etc. I'm surprised. It has Dolby Digital sound built in, but it can do 4K. No hesitation. Especially in the on, I have the on hooked up to it. You know, the which is the Google TV, Android TV. So I'm surprised. So I have 3 TVs in the house that took me 4K. Wow, it's clear. I watched water like a beach front in the Philippines. It was crystal clear. It was in 4K. I said, wow. All right, so getting back to this, I know I like to talk about other things. Well, this is a multi-review. So if you got Xfinity, you got AT&T, you got Verizon, whoever you got for, you know, and you talk to them. See if they come down. If they don't come down, then you can use leverage, as we say back in the 20s, you know? They want a piece of the action, and so do you. So, like the old Star Trek series, piece of the action. So you're going to be the boss. So you're going to be a boss too. You're going to tell them, listen, you know, I've been with you a long time. Use your leverage. I've been with them a long time. Comcast, if anybody want to call them name. So a little leverage. They try to help me, so they can wiggle the numbers around. Make sure that you get it in writing, and make sure you know what you're paying per month, because that's the problem. It's misleading sometimes. But I'm going to tell you, you just have to be careful. We shouldn't have to go through all that. It should be easy. You should have a flat rate, but there's taxes and junk fees. Like the president had to say, those of us in the United States, there's junk fees. Yeah, when it comes to cable, there's a lot of junk fees. You shouldn't have to pay all those things. It should be flat. You should have a $25 plan, a $50 plan, and a $100 plan. Okay? The 100 should be the best they got, right? If they say 50 down and 5 up, which is terrible. It should be 50. They don't do full duplex. They're trying to do full duplex now. Full duplex, you get full speed, not halfway. I want to sit for uploads. I would like to have the 100 up, which is really 90. Well, 100 is really 60. See, 10 megabytes, it's 6 megabytes. So it's 10, it was 60, and then it would be 100. So the 10, 60, and 100. Okay, so it's 10, 100, and 1,000 megabytes. Okay, so 10 was 6. Wait, hold on. Let's do this. Let me do this again. It was 10, would have been 6. The next one would be, what was it at? 5? No, Christ. It's 10. All right, okay, let's go from 10, 100. Okay, let's do that. So 1,000 was 600 megabytes. Okay. 1,600 megabytes. The 100 would be, what's the 100 again? Would be 60, and the 10 would be 6. Okay. That's how it's measured. Somehow they come up with this new one. 1,000 is 940. Now, this is supposed to be a gig, but this is really can only do 800 and something. So I got 420 off my Chromecast. And I did my all Intel processor computer that I took apart, and that one managed to do 300, 320, like that. And the gateway one with the touchscreen that doesn't really want to work too well. That one did max is 200. Now what 802.11? All 3 of them running 802.11 AC. That's Wi-Fi 5. Okay, I don't have 6. The whole house is not 6. I don't have nothing in here running 6. And now they have Wi-Fi E. Wi-Fi E is much faster. Wi-Fi 6E. Okay, and though other countries maybe up to Wi-Fi 7, 8, 9. where we should be way behind. This is America, where things are made. A lot of stuff came from here, our technology. It's a shame. What happened was in the 80s, the president back then was Reagan, And he said, let's open the markets. And that's what happened. So then when things got opened and they said, hey, we can get China, China wasn't what it was today. Now look at China today. Big superpower. They got capitalism. They got McDonald's. Well, a lot of things are closed up because of what's going on. But I'm just saying, they're in Russia. Look at them. They look like here. Except, it doesn't have the same language, something like that. But I'm just saying, everything is working fine. But they figured things coming from overseas was cheaper. No, it's not. Quality control is terrible. I bet you your glasses you're wearing, your braces in your mouth, your clothes you wear, I bet you a lot of that stuff comes from overseas. It depends. And no matter if you order get it from the Gap, no matter it is, it can be made in China. Pretty much everything is made in China. This is the way. Your SUV, your car, your sports car, same thing. I got TV. These TVs here in the living room, in the master bedroom, they made in Taiwan. They talk. It's not bad. They're good quality. People say, "Oh, that brand is terrible." No, they're not. I have no problems with those. They work. And then I have Sony's. I have them a long time. The two Sony's in the house here. One is an EX and one is a BX. Well, the EX has a better 120 motion processor. It has 6 frames per second. It's very good. I use that for a computer. And then in the BX, it's okay. It's a little darker. They're old. They're over there now. They are what? I think they're 11 or 12 years old. But those are not LED. Those are LCDs. That's liquid crystal. The picture quality is great. And I faded. And those are made in Japan. So, my advice to all of you: go get your T-Mobile. You keep your the expensive cable, and go try the other brand. And if it's coming down to the pike where you can get rid of it, and you compare. Are you happy? Are you getting good signal? Any jittery? But a lot of people, gonna have issues with gaming. Call of Duty, Star Trek Online. Maybe World of Tank Blitz, World of Tanks, World of submarines, or World of ships, or whatever it is that you play. I play Neverwinter. I ride a horse. I have a priest with a Celtic. He has superpowers from God. It's pretty neat. Then I have a wizard. He has a ball and he can zap and do crazy. He attacks demons and stuff. All that takes a lot of bandwidth. All that takes a lot of powerful computer. It's a lot. You got to keep your computer clean. You got to make sure it's defragged. That's why I'm not promoting them, but I've been using it a long time. WiseCare 365 and WiseCare Booster. And that's for the game. But this boost, that clears up and frees up RAM, so you're ready to go into your game. That's what Razer Cortex software was doing. But Razer Cortex software installs other stuff that you think is spy malware, and you'll freak out. And you have all these things loaded, and they'll suck up RAM. You got to be careful. Remember, Windows Defender is your best friend. On everything I've told you so far, anything application-wise, you can go in and have inbound and outbound traffic and block for a lot of things. So they don't have to talk back to their home base. It's very easy to set up. It's not complicated. That's one thing about Windows. It's very easy. Minimum RAM you should have in these systems now, 8 on laptops, 16 on desktops. A lot of people have dual channel, which is faster. I have that on mine. You have to put them in certain slots on your computer if you have 4 slots. It's fast. Don't get me wrong. My machine's like that. Even though it's old, I keep it working. I keep it clean. I use SSDs. That's much faster. Yeah. You use a NAS, install your stuff on it. You shouldn't have anything on your computer except for the apps, You should have images, documents, and all that stuff. Put them all in place. And you can back this up too. Back it up to a portable hard drive. This has USB 3, which is fast. Some of them have Type-C. Some of them can do more than you're gonna have maybe 10 drives. It depends. Your children have their files on that. You have your business files, your documents, your family pictures, your family videos. Everything gets uploaded, so you can see how your house works. This system is good because you have a managed you can have VPN if you want, or VLAN if you want to. VLAN is good because you can have your network and everything, your network set up in groups and stuff like that. That's how business works. When you go into a corporation, multi-billion-dollar corporation, that's how they set up VLAN. They don't have it like you have in the house. If you can get something like this, that's great. Oh, the rack is very inexpensive. Well, this you can get that online. That's what I have. I have 2 of these racks. There's another one in the studio because what it is a studio rack. Yeah. The studio rack, you have the same kind of equipment. You can get like a DBX filter and a DBX amplifier. You can get amplifier to amplify your stuff, and you go into a mixer, and the mixer you can hook up to that too. If you really want to do it properly, and you can get trays. See, that one has a tray. I used to have the tray on this, so you can mount a tray. And you just slide the stuff on. But you have the same thing what you see. And those of you who do networking at the closet, you know what that is. I didn't have to tell you what it is. Hit the ceiling, you can mount it, have concrete. If you have a concrete basement, you can do a lot. Just keep it cool. You don't mount this stuff next to your TV set. Some people put that stuff on your TV, wireless router. It does not go on your TV. Too much interference. Not near your central air conditioning. Too much interference. It's aluminum. And here in these walls, there's aluminum. You can find out. There's a stud finder that has electrical. Just run it across and see what happens. Walk around with another phone, and it'll have get a Wi-Fi analyzer app. It's like icon's like gray. It has a picture of the signal of the Wi-Fi. That's been around for years. That guy made it around. If you want to buy it, give him money. But I don't know. It's good. It'll tell you everything. Everybody is in the network. I brought it to the businesses. It shows all the names they have for the SSD because they should keep that private though. That's what they do. But you can see how businesses and everything's run. You can see who have the best signal. I told my neighbor next door he needs to stop using his last name for the SSD because it comes up all the time. And the neighbors across the street used to have their Wi-Fi unlocked. It wasn't locked. I told him you should lock it because anybody can drive by and tap into your Wi-Fi and see what you're doing. Yeah, you need to keep it secured. The new one now is what WPA number 3. That you find that in Wi-Fi 6 or newer routers and stuff like that. Now, the access points I have are business. They all work together. You should have no problem with anything. If you have a problem, then that router is not good. They have a DP Link on router. It's a Wi-Fi 6. It's dirt cheap on Amazon, like 30 something bucks. I think I don't know, gone back. I was thinking about getting, and it also works with Google, and it works with Alexa. So the Google will tell you what's going on with if the router was down, she will announce it. But if she's offline, so she won't announce it. But I'm just saying, I was gonna get it, but I decided not to get it. Well, I didn't need it. I got this stuff to work. That's when the Google router that I have here. Okay, so this router here, I'm gonna put OpenWR on there. It's supposed to, I think it's on there. I just have to activate it. I have to mount it. Run some kind of commands, but you still need Linux. I don't think you can do it on the Windows. All right, I'll try. I'll turn that into it and see if we can get it to work. Because if I get it to work, it'll work out better for me. But your ISP, check the rates. Mine tried to play a game with me. Even though I got mine down to 90, it's at 113. So they tell me they have a $10 credit. She did because you changed your rate. Well, I had to. I had 4 days before it was going to change. You're going to take $54 off as a credit. Right now, I'm getting $37 credit. $10 on the $10 on having the router. I'm trying the 1 gig speed. Expensive. The 1.2 is even more expensive. That 1.2 is supposed to be 116, but it's 120. It might vary where you live. Well, I'm just telling you, here where I live, this is a little game we play with them. I don't want to rent their equipment. And another thing too, I heard, not on our little YouTube here or any place on YouTube. I heard from bulletin boards that one guy made a good point. When you use their equipment, they'll know what sites you go to, right? What ports are you using, right? What you have in the house too, what you have connected to it, because you're using their equipment. They can troubleshoot their equipment faster than they can help you with your stuff. They can't help you with your own router. They can connect to that and reprogram that. You own that, right? You can go in that modem and program it. You should set it to the highest setting. You can't do that. They do that. They need to know what modem you have so they can set it to what the defaults are. So the defaults are no higher than 940. The Chromecast. So if you have a Chromecast, it can tell you the true speeds. It went up to 580 on this, but for it to lock into that, remember, because this is not using anything else. This is an Acer Chromecast. It's running Intel processor. This is the Walmart special, the gateway from the GPU company, the 2-in-1. So this is what it's getting. I'm getting between 160, 190. That's what it's fluctuating. But that's an 802.11. That's 802.11 AC.